everything's just right in the correct proportion. But then the head grows faster than the rest. This arm gets really big, this arm's really small, and then next, it gets worse. So, do you know any people that have come out like this?
I know a fish.
Look at your arms. How similar are the length of your arms?
Very.
Very. How similar are the length of your legs? And if you ever done that artistic exercise where you stand in the mirror and you take a photograph of yourself and you cut yourself right down the middle?
Oh, those are
you
weird.
Photoshop the other side of your body mirrored on the other side, and you do that to both sides. You're going to be looking at two different people, right? Your left and your right side are not exactly the same. They're very similar, but they're not exactly the same. But how did they get this close to being the same? That's still a mystery we don't have an answer to. How does the left and the right side of the body know how to develop so similarly to the other side? There aren't really any chemical clues that go from one side to the other to tell the other side what to do. But as far as we know, when the arms are growing, they're both growing independent of one another. But how long do the arms grow is under some very complicated cellular and genetic control that we don't really fully understand yet. So growth is another period where a different kind of control needs to be in place. And then at some point, you reach your adult size and you don't grow anymore, right? Now it's nice. You buy a shirt, you can wear it forever because it's not going to get too small. You buy shoes, they're going to fit forever, at least until you hit 80 or 90 when you start to shrink again. But from your 20s to your 80s, your body's exactly the same size and shape. And so now there's another form of control that has to take place. Your cells need to switch to a third kind of metabolism and gene control so that we just maintain whatever adult size and body proportions and parts you have. So what kind of genetic system do we have that can switch how it works 3 separate times and still have the ability to differentiate from one cell into more than 12 different types of unique tissues? Can that happen from a single control? It must be something very complicated. So as we explore the complexities of how our genes are, we find out that there's so much stuff between each gene in the non-coding regions now, after we've taken a look at the entire human genome, that we really have what's left in place of that still a humongous question mark. So as we go through the years, this is where the edge of our understanding is. We only know bits and pieces of what's part of the control that does all this. This is where no textbook or research can tell you the answers yet because we haven't figured it out yet.